Hello, guys. How you doing? I'm David Laury.
And I'm Dan Robinson.
Here where amazing happens, and right now we're going to talk about All-Star Weekend. We're going to give you a recap of All-Star Weekend and our thoughts and things of such. So, Dan, where do you stack this All-Star game up against all other All-Star games?
Oh, man. Well, the All-Stars really. I feel like, certain people they didn't select the right All-Stars, to be honest. I mean, you have 4 players from the Atlanta Hawks. Not saying they doing bad, but come on, I think there's other players that deserve to be out there, but it's just how All-Star selection is.
And the scary thing is, I think that at least 3 of those guys would have been there even with all the injuries. That's what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think those guys were selected, but it's nothing against the Atlanta Hawks. Like,
not at all.
I mean, but when you think of an All-Star game, you think of like highlight dunks and flashy passes. Not to say that they're not great basketball players,
right.
But those guys get the job done without all the flash. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't think that we're saying these guys from Atlanta aren't legit, because they're definitely legit.
Right.
But those guys are hard hat guys who go in. They get the job done without a lot of the flash and stuff like that. So that's why we're saying, like, they have 4 guys from the Hawks. They deserve to be there. Let's not get that confused.
You're just saying, like, as basketball fans, we would rather see our stars play a little bit more, in this All-Star game, because we like stars going head to head.
I mean, personally, I think those guys have been playing like stars, so they deserve to be there. It's just the fact that that when you put those guys in an All-Star game, you can't expect as much highlight plays as you would get from other guys around the league who are, maybe more athletic and things like that. But those guys are stars in their own right. They're stars for sure.
Okay.
And they're doing a great job. Atlanta's doing a great job down there. And my favorite part, personally, at All-Star weekend was Zach Levine in the dunk contest.
My God. I think he brought it back, bro.
Wow.
He had to bring the dunk contest back.
He went under the leg, bro. He went under the leg. What is it, Space Jam?
Space Jam.
He went under the leg and dunked it this way. Wait a minute.
Rewind that. Say that again.
I said he went under the leg and then dunked it this way.
Oh, my God.
Amazing. Zach Levine did a great job. I think Victor did a great job too. Oladipo, I think he did a great job. And I think it's just with those taller guys, man, you kind of know that you're going to get lackluster creativity, and not to take nothing away from them, because like Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, it has been tall guys who who actually are very, very, very creative.
Right.
It was just this year we didn't know how creative those guys would be, and it was like kind of
because
as far as creativity is concerned.
When you 7 feet 6'11", you gotta do things that people like are not going to expect. Because if you're doing things that a 6'7" guy can do, they're gonna look at it like, oh, he didn't really get it high off the ground, or he just used his length or whatever. So you got to do things that, people are just going to be like, wow. Like, I feel like only a 7-footer with bounce can only do that.
Agreed. To Plumlee's defense, though, that dunk where he had no time and he had to jump over his brother, oh, my God, he got up. Plumlee has bounce.
Mm-hmm.
It was just more the creativity aspect.
Right.
And I kind of liked the dunk contest. The 3-point contest was pretty cool. I mean, if I had to give an overall grade for All-Star Weekend, it would definitely have to be like a C+.
Okay.
Be hovering around a B-, but more leaning towards the C+, because it just wasn't. It just I don't know, man. All-Star Weekend is slowly dwindling into something that's just not really electric as it used to be.
Right.
As far as even the All-Star game, I mean, like, I know there's no defense in All-Star games, but the defense in that All-Star game was non-existent. I mean, it wasn't even remotely close to being any defense on the court. So that kind of got me upset a little bit, because I was expecting more in regards to competitiveness and just going out there wanting to win. I feel like when Jordan was playing and Kobe and those guys played in the All-Star game, they were trying to win, and they were playing at least some sort of defense, not really too much, but a lot more than we've seen in that last game.
Right. Hey, what's the name? How did you feel about the 2 events, like the Taco Bell Skills Challenge and the Shooting Stars Challenge? How you feel about those events right there?
The Skills Challenge is always hit or miss with me, because it shows skills, but it's not like a real skill thing. So besides the passing drill, I love the passing drill. That's a great measure of passing skill.
Okay.
But the shooting stars game, like I always love the shooting star game, and lately a lot more than the All-Star game because you get to see our future stars and see those guys blossom,
Right.
and and just show so much promise out there, and you get to see a lot of the guys who you may have not thought were that good, and then all of a sudden they blow up and it's like, oh, he wasn't this good in the shooting stars game, and it just makes for
Right.
good conversation, and it's great.
You think it was something different when they did USA versus the world, or they should have kept it as like rookie versus sophomore? How you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not too sure if I would say that they should have kept it, or I'm not sure if I'm going with the fact that they should have changed it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the names though, USA versus the world. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a an original kind of guy. I like things to be how they were when they were at their peak.
Right.
Like
right.
let's just leave it there. Let's not try to tweak anything. If it isn't broke, leave it alone.
Right.
But what do you think is going to happen after the All-Star break as far as concerning these teams? Like, you think the Thunder are going to squeak in the 8th spot? Do you think the Warriors are going to continue to dominate and stay at the top spot?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Cleveland is going to be able to put on a jetpack and get up in that 3rd spot, something like that?
Right. Well, Cleveland, they've been doing good since LeBron came back, and they had a slight bump in the road when they faced the Chicago Bulls, and they just gave them a slight bump, but it's nothing they can't fix. For the Thunder, they got the weapons. They just got to put the pieces together because they can make that 8th spot. They just got to get things together, and they could probably make it even more if they go on a nice little run. But the Warriors, it's hard being number 1 because everybody gonna try to take you down. So that's gonna be hard for them.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. I'm David Laury.
And I'm Dan Robinson.
You just listened to Where Amazing Happens. Have a good one. We're out of here.